Hello IGN, my name is Jose Otero. I'm here with Daniel Orihuela from Nintendo of America's Treehouse, and we are playing Puzzle & Dragons Z. So where are we and what are we about to do, Daniel?
So we just, in our previous episode, we just showed how we defeated the Water Sky Dragon, the legendary one. We didn't fully show the cutscene, but basically Lord Dogma, the main villain, comes down and defeats you, and you're saved by this group of rangers called the Logical Five.
Okay. And
you just recovered from the incident. So now we're going back into Zed City, see what's going on. This is the main hometown you have access to, so you kind of get to walk around. The city is important because it does give a big feel to the game, different than Puzzle & Dragons. But it acts essentially as your main hub, essentially. You get to walk around. You're trying to save the citizens of Zed City. You can talk to them all. They all have different things to say.
Yeah, and this is the deepest I've seen, at least with Puzzle & Dragons, that they've taken story and taken sort of locations where you've got like a lot of places to visit and people to talk to. So what are some key places that people should be visiting?
The key place you're going to spend most of your time on is Ranger HQ and the Dragon Lab.
Okay.
We'll mainly go to the Dragon Lab because that shows a lot of comparisons to what P&D fans know and what we talked about in Puzzle & Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition to extent. This is the Dragon Lab where there are 3 key machines that you're able to access as you play through the game. The first one being the Zeus Machine.
Okay.
When you're playing through the game, instead of gathering allies in the Mario version by getting these present blocks, essentially in this one you actually gather eggs. And when you get these eggs, you have to then come to the Zeus Machine to hatch them. Now some of the eggs, you know it's already in them because you've gotten them before. That's why you can see the names here of what they are.
Sure.
But sometimes you have eggs you don't know.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to open one of the eggs we don't know.
Is there a hatching time, like a certain amount of time?
You just hatch it and see what happens. But at the same time, you might get it level 1 character, means it's hatched, but you can also sometimes hatch an egg and you get lucky and get like a mega hatch and it starts at level 10.
Okay, but so that's random.
That's random.
Okay. Come on, mega hatch. See what we got.
Yeah, you never know.
Okay.
Nope, no mega hatch.
But you got a Zapline?
Yep, Zapline.
Yeah, okay.
So hatch one more egg to see if we get lucky. You can also speed up the animation by just pressing the A button or tapping the screen, so you don't have to always watch the whole animation.
And still no mega hatch.
No mega hatch.
Okay.
That's fine.
It's random.
So there you go. So that's how you unlock those new monsters as you go through the game. Now the cooler one, in my opinion, is going to the Athena Machine, where you get a chance to evolve your monsters.
Okay.
Now what's different about this game than the Mario Edition is that the evolution paths here are quite a bit bigger. I'm actually going to go right here to these. Who can I go to? Oh, I got a couple guys I can do. I'm going to use my Mystic. Ice Knight that I just got. I'm going to do him. So there we go. My Aqua Knight. So then you have all these chips you've been gathering as you defeat enemies as well. All you do is drag it over, and it automatically rotates into the right positioning.
Oh, okay. So there isn't a specific chip you have to get, per se? Or
there are chips. There are various types of chips, and that's how you get the different shapes and sizes
corners
that match up to them. Yeah, corners and faces. And then he evolves into a cooler looking...
Very rare. Does it say very rare all the time, or is this actually rare?
It depends on the monster you're evolving to.
Okay.
Like if I want to, I could show I could evolve a Woodsy.
Okay. To a Mega Woodsy?
It is to a Mega Woodsy.
There we go. No, I cheated. I saw the name. No, I absolutely guessed Mega Woodsy.
He's only rare.
Okay, only rare. Got it. So in Super Mario Bros. Edition, you had a way to sort of transfer XP to character.
Yes.
Is that something that also you can do here?
You can do here. Instead of going to the Zeus Machine, you actually go to the Athena Machine. I got that machine there. Yes, good. Got the name right.
Okay.
Now, instead of transferring experience from one ally to another, what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to go to that new Aqua Knight.
Okay.
You have to use the eggs.
Oh, okay.
So once you hatch eggs, you're giving up your want the monster. You've now given the ability to transfer experience in more quickly.
Got it.
So I'm going to use the Boobly egg. And this costs 500 volts, which is those chips in the upper right corner.
Got it. And you get volts from just
defeating enemies and general things that.
Yeah, enemies and whatnot. Cool.
Oh, level 7.
Okay.
And he got an HP bonus, which those are random.
Okay.
That random HP bonus is random. So I can enhance a different monster, or I can keep enhancing him if I want to. Okay. Again, it's always better to match up with the same element if you can.
With the same element instead. Got it. Okay. So what else can we do here?
So that's mainly what you do in the Dragon Lab with your team and deciding how you want to build it. You can always modify your team as you want. If you simply go into this area here in the menu, you can simply go into here and modify what you want. And you can sort them by different ways again. All these things you have access to, how you want to sort them, so you can decide how you want to break it apart.
So let's run out then to Ranger HQ.
You want to Ranger HQ? We'll go to Ranger HQ.
So right next door.
Or they're even interconnected. So this is a little bit of a story moment we're going to capture here. So I'm not going to go through all the text, but basically this is your captain. He said he's already happy you've recuperated, and he thinks he's pushing you too hard, but he thinks you said, but you basically want to keep going.
Okay.
He's like, good job.
Pretty much. The pat on the back and go get him, kid.
Yeah.
All right, ready for your next mission.
And he basically tells you where the next area you need to go to, which is the El Dorado, which is where the legendary fire dragon resides, and a new enemy of genius will have to encounter.
Yep. And so last commentary, we talked a little bit about this overarching story, about how it revolves around sort of releasing these 5 dragons who have been captured, and sort of the big bad guy behind it all. So you should definitely check that out, because we go a little deeper into that. So we're about to jump in, though, to see some of the things that folks will find at Ranger HQ.
Correct.
Including, so what you mentioned to me, a daily activity.
So the daily activity is not actually in here, which is cool, but I'll bring it in that second. So
yeah.
I'm not going to get to the end right now. So this is how you actually access what's called online distributions. There's a little bit more detail going on, but basically that we can release special distribution that people can access, which would give them access to a special rune or relic, which you talked about, which we'll show where those come from in a second. And you just go here and connect to the internet and see what's available.
Okay,
we control how those are distributed.
Would that be week to week, month to month?
We haven't revealed that yet, but we'll reveal that soon. But yeah, that's the concept you're getting is right. Is it once a month? Is it once every 2 weeks? We have a whole plan. We'll reveal that later on down the road. And that's what these 3 counters are here for. You can do that. There's even, this is your bosses. You have some training so you can learn about advanced techniques. So like you're talking about doing the site you talk about, like seeing the board, practice here. You can explore the area, talk to their characters, and then right here you can go right back into the Dragon Lab. They're interconnected.
Got it.
Whoops. And you can hold the B button to run faster.
Got it. Okay.
Which is pretty fun to do.
So then, what are some other areas that folks? You mentioned something. Your dad gives you something. Correct?
Yes, your dad. So your dad works at what's called the Shrine of Light.
Got it.
And every day you talk to him, he will give you your daily allowance, which he gives you a rune.
Okay.
Now, runes and relics are used to access a special other universe, to access special levels where you might go into a level where you only get to fight sapphire dragons.
Okay.
Which can give you a lot of experience when you have their egg, or for other purposes. So I just got my daily rune. And I would talk to this other lady here, and she will reclaim one of those. The Sacred Shrine of Life. Sorry, not light. Shrine of Life.
Got it.
So you can use relics and runes. Oh, sorry?
Oh, no. So then the daily room being everyday real time, not every day like sort of game time. We're not...
Correct. Every day real time.
So tomorrow I can get a different rune.
Right.
This time, whatnot.
And the difference between the relics and the runes, which is important to note, is that runes can be used once.
Okay.
So if you go into the level, you do whatever you do, you successfully complete it, great, you get what's out of it. If you fail, it's closed for the day.
It's gone. Okay.
Relics can be played as many times as you want.
Are the rewards better in runes versus relics?
It depends.
Okay.
It varies. So like the online distribution we were talking about a second ago, those are more relics.
Okay.
So you can permanently, that way you can always get to go after. It's not like a one-time thing.
Okay.
So I'm not going to go in there now. But it's another level you go through, has a whole, we've already shown in the previous video as well.
Got it.
That's the Shrine of Life. The other thing we talk about too is that some of these characters do have side quests. So this character here has an exclamation above his head. He will sometimes tell you in the Dracomacian continent, there's a sacred dungeon. Sometimes he will tell you that there's a certain spot he wants you to go, like a big mushroom. He wants you to get a big mushroom. He's an archaeologist.
Okay.
And he'll tell you where to best find that. So you then have to go back to a previous level in the Jade River, which is in a previous area. And when you're looking at the map, you'll actually see like a special treasure chest. And you have to actually make sure you guide your character through that pathway to get that treasure and then bring it back to him to get either a rune or a relic as well.
Okay, so there's also, outside of the campaign, you have side quests to complete and other things.
Things like that as well. And you can always move around here. You have your school.
Okay.
This is where all your friends went to school with before you became a dragon tamer. Just adding more access to the story. This doesn't have as much to do here. What is cool, though, as you keep defeating different continents, you can come around here to this special storage facility. Oops. Where you can get special items, and these different doors unlock as you complete each area.
Okay.
So this door is only unlocked because I finished there. See, I finished the first area and opened up that one, but now you can get these other treasure chests.
Okay. And you'll get like vault cubes or whatnot. Any other materials? Okay.
Mega boobly chip.
Boobly chip. Boobly. I was gonna call it.
I got an egg.
Okay.
Don't know what it is.
That was a good tab.
Oh, and a rune.
Okay.
So you got some other runes to look at too to consider. And that other one had a red sign over it, so it's locked. I have to unlock that area. Now, what's cool though, since we did just finish the water area, you do have the ability to access what's finally available, which is called the Dragon Coliseum, which is cool. This gives you the opportunity to experience better ways to street pass with other people. It's a whole little coliseum in here. It's just a fun light show, kind of fun thing to do. Here, basically, you have the opportunity to engage in different areas, and these are basically challenges. Some are fixed, and some are free. If I remember correctly, if I go to my tamer card here, you have free and fixed. Free challenges are basically try to beat this challenge in a certain amount of time, and you can pick any team you want with your available monsters.
Got it.
Fixed, give you a set of monsters. Good luck, go.
Okay, it's more like score attack in the Super Mario Bros. Edition, which we talked about.
Correct.
Yeah.
And what's cool here is that when you do this, is that it does rank your scoring, and then you can start comparing. This is what my tamer card. When I street pass with you, my tamer card is shared with you, and you can decide if you want to use that tamer. You can start comparing your scores and how well I'm doing. Like you might see me with all A's. You might go, oh, I got to beat Danny. You got to go for the S rank, which is higher.
Yeah. And then go tell you about it too.
Yeah, and then tell me about it as you're street passing me, so you can mock me as I look at your tamer cards. And that's only unlocked after you get to that second area. So what's cool about Zed City is that things do continue to unlock as you play through the game.
Okay.
And even for your P&D fans, once you beat the next area, you will eventually connect to this other part of the continent, which I can't get to. There is another area to unlock there. In the P&D game, there's this little dragon machine that spits out these random eggs. You can get to that kind of machine here as well.
Oh, but it would be in this
until you get to it later. So
there's
other little things. So what's cool about Zed City is that like when you get here, the Shrine of Life isn't accessible at the very beginning.
Okay, got it.
So you have to kind of progress through the game, and it's given you in bite-sized pieces. So you're not like, here's the whole world. Like I don't know where to go. It try to keep you moving along in the game.
And also keep you coming back to get other cool things.
Correct.
That's cool. Very nice.
And that's essentially what goes on here in Zed City.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Zed City, a big part of the sort of RPG-style adventure that is Puzzle & Dragons Z, which is part of Puzzle & Dragons Z plus Puzzle & Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition. You can pick that up on May 22nd.
Yes.
$29.99.
$29.99.
3DS only.
It's for the whole 3DS family. So 2DS, 3DS XL, 3DS, new 3DS XL. And you can buy it on eShop as well.
Okay.
So pay attention to that. We'll give you more information about those online distributions, those other things as well. And yeah, it's just a really fun game. I'm going to be playing. It's one of those games I can play for 10 minutes or I can play for 4 hours, 10 hours. I've lost time in this game many times. Even during this video recording, we've lost a lot of time.
We've lost a lot of time, no, for sure. But definitely check them all out. We got a series of videos on here for you. They definitely will walk you through all the basics if you've ever been curious about Puzzle & Dragons. And for more Nintendo coverage, make sure you keep it right here at IGN.